So once you have submitted your own answers, you should be able to give feedback to 3 peers who have already done a peer review. So as you can see, I've received 3 submissions and I'm going to show you what you need to do. So when you click on submission 1, you need to take the time to go through what the colleague gave as answers to the 2 questions. And we see here a colleague that has given a very short response to question 1 and a very short response to respond to question 2. So the first thing I want to look at the criteria for peer review. I go through criterion 1 and criterion 2. Once you have gone through, I will now come back to look at the answers submitted by the colleague. And you see they have written very short. So looking at the criterion, what do you think? I think that this colleague, the story is not yet clear enough to review. Please, I would like him to add more information. So the rating, I'll give the rating is 0. But what is most valuable is the feedback, what I have written. So I say thank you for identifying a related challenge and a vulnerable group. It will be great now for you to elaborate a specific story about what happened to an outdoor worker or a group of outdoor workers, explaining why they are most affected. And then for question 2, I'll come down and read. Question 2, I say just give them information. What a colleague wrote is just give them information about the heat stroke and how to prevent self. But that does not really answer the questions here. It does not tell us anything about the specific action that they would like to take. It does not tell us how will this small change help this group and what is one challenge. So I'll come back here to maybe suggest to the colleague that to give more details on the practical change that they will make, how they will give them the information because they said they want to give information. So where will they find them? What resources do you have and what support you will need? So he's talking about the challenge and where will you get support? What outcome do you expect? So that is what I'll say. And afterwards, once you've done that, you need to click on confirm. So once that is done, the other reviews will become accessible. So I need to come back and come down to the second submission that I want to review. And this is the second submission. And I see there is more detail here. So you restart the process afresh. You go through the submission, the story, and you come back here and identify, choose a rating, explain your rating, more than 25 words, and then you go to. So I see this the second submission is very interesting one. It's about children under 5 and how they are being affected by malnutrition. So I'm going to try to give feedback. I see the story is there. It's clear. The link I'm trying to look for is the link between this story, okay, and unpredictable weather impacts on their farmlands, which diminish their cash, okay. So that's the connection with climate. So I think here I'm going to say this is a clear story, and I'll try to provide feedback to the colleague, more than 25 words to say strong because you clearly identify and make it more powerful. You consider focusing on the experience of one specific mother and her child. Okay, yeah. And then for question 2, one specific action is to give special attention to the most affected by giving special during cleaning days and outreach at their doorsteps. This will help this. So I see there is a plan here. What seems to be missing for me is the challenge the challenge they might face, and how they could prepare for it. So this is the feedback. I think it's a clear plan. So I'll just, but what's most important is not the rating, it's, so this is, so my suggestion would be for the colleague to think about potential challenges and solutions that could make this plan even more successful, like in my own work. This is what, so once you have put in your suggestions for improvement, you can now click on confirm. And now you see that submission 3 is now open, and we are going to repeat the same process again.